fuck's he doing that? That's weird. Go for it anyway, we'll try.
There's a riot going on in our streets. They're bleeding, bleeding, and nothing in our leader's speech that I can believe in, believing. There's a riot going on in our streets. They're bleeding, bleeding, and nothing in our leader's speech that I can believe in, believing. My street's in flames again. Two by the hype on the news at 10. I'm another bold kid who wants to join in. Don't set light to a wheelie bin. Well, I've had enough of these incidents, but don't insult my intelligence. Telling me to write was the consequence of criminality and insolence. No, 'cause I've seen the inequality you breed in this society. Cutbacks that make the people bleed for your ideology of greed. And you tell me that's the life they choose, but I say there's nothing left to lose. Nothing left to lose. Now there's a riot going on in our streets. They're bleeding, bleeding, and nothing in our leader's speech that I can believe in, believing. There's a riot going on in our streets, and they're bleeding, bleeding, and nothing in our leader's speech that I can believe in, believing. I hear them chatting on the radio like parrots regurgitating the same old news media bullshit. But what do they know? What it feels like to be living below the poverty line when every time you go out into the town all around is dough. But money only moves in a one-way flow. From bottom to top it makes you feel low. Oh, 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 oh. Sooner or later you're going to blow. Oh, 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 oh. Now there's a riot going on in our street. They're bleeding, bleeding, and nothing in our leader's speech that I can believe in, believing. There's a riot going on in our street. They're bleeding, bleeding, and nothing in our leader's speech that I can believe in, believing. You're gonna start demonizing the youth you feel, telling them morality must prevail, sticking every kid with a hoodie in jail with no bail for your fairy tale. When you force feed them materialism without giving them a hope of ever making a living, and you wonder why they're finding other ways to get cash, and why your shop displays to get smashed. And you tell me, oh, these single moms and sons, they just don't know right from wrong, cause the dad was a no-show. That's why they loot whiskey from a Tesco. But you don't know the words you write, you must type on a stereo, two-dimensional villain from a TV show. Now there's a riot going on in our street, and they're bleeding, bleeding, nothing in our leader's speech that I can believe in, believing. There's a riot going on in our street, and they're bleeding, bleeding, nothing in our leader's speech that I can believe in, believing. There's a riot going on in our streets. They're bleeding, bleeding, and nothing in our leader's speech that I can believe in, believe in.